Hello there everybody, my name is Jan Mądrzyk, and in this video tutorial I'd like to introduce you to my QGIS plugin, which is called J Rectifier, which I've done for people who often georeference raster data in their job or in school. The tool does pretty the same thing that GDAL Georeferencer does, but what's the advantage of my solution is, in my opinion, it's simpler, it's more user-friendly, and it's much more efficient than GDAL Georeferencer is. So I encourage you to download and use my plugin and compare whether you prefer GDAL Georeferencer or my plugin to that simple process of rectifying raster images. Alright, so now I'm going to show you briefly how it works. Let me open QGIS window. Here is my base map that I'm going to use for georeferencing. Here is the orthophoto of Krakow city center, and it also has got proper coordinate referencer file, a coordinate reference system, so it's going to be used as a background for our georeferencing process. Firstly, I'm gonna download from from official QGIS plugin repository my plugin. So I need to go to plugins, plugin manager, and here in search window type J Rectifier. Alright, here it is. Is this plugin? Here's short description, my name, and some information about the plugin. And now I'm gonna install plugin. It takes a second. Alright, plugin installed successfully. So I can find the plugin icon here. It's like a J with two blue and yellow crosses on the right side, and I can also find it in raster menu, raster J Rectifier, and here I am. Here is the plugin window. First thing I need to do is open my plugin, read the raster data into my plugin window. So I prepared here one. It's the image, it's a photo of Krakow plan of the center of city of Krakow city center. And what's the important thing, that at the moment that we downloaded, that we opened and read raster image into a tutorial, into a plugin window, at that moment we set the destination EPSG, the destination coordinate reference system for our file. We set it, yeah, and it was taken from here. You see, from the QGIS projection system. So if we change a projection for some other, for example, for this one, yeah, I've changed a projection for some other one, and now in my plugin I will read the raster once again. Now you see it's changed. The projection system is changed because it's it's set the same projection system as have been set here at the moment that we imported raster file into plugin. So that's the thing you need to remember. First, set the coordinate reference system that you want for your output file here in QGIS window, then read raster into a plugin window, and then during adding points, during a rectification process, do not change it. Do not change it in QGIS, because it will lead you to errors and you won't get a good result. Just keep it the same through all georeference process for certain raster file. The next thing is what we want to do is add some points, because that's the main thing that the tool does. It's adding the ground control points. And alright, if you want to add a point, you need to click add points, and you see the button stays checked, stays clicked. So that means that we're now adding points. Notice that all buttons got a status when you move mouse pointer above them. You will see the status tip, and you can see the shortcuts. So many of this button uses shortcuts. That is, I think, pretty useful if somebody often georeference big files with a large number of points. But now you can see the first main difference between my plugin and GDAL Georeferencer is that we can pick points in many orders. It's because GDAL Georeferencer forced the order of picking points, so you must first pick point from a plugin window and then pick point from a QGIS window. It works only this way, but in my plugin it's much more flexible, so I can, for example, pick first 3 points from QGIS window, for example this 3 points, and then keep the same order for points in my window, because the tool automatically put the first filling in the first empty row. So now if I click in the window, it's gonna fill in the first point, yeah, because it's the first empty row in the table column for that window. If we don't want to do it, we can press a shift button, you see, and add some other point, for example this, and it will add us a new point. But if the shift button is not pressed, it's gonna fill in the first empty row. So it's gonna be here, because I remember it, yeah. This is the first point, here was the second, and you see to the third point the view is automatically when I added the third point, the view was automatically updated, because the program predict where the next point, if it got more than 2 pair of points, it predicts where the next point is gonna occur, and it moves the window view to this area, so it will let you avoid unnecessarily searching all over the raster, where is this point, because the program does it for you. So it makes your job much easier. That's the other difference between my plugin and GDAL Georeferencer. Alright, if you don't like it, if you don't want the program to move the view, you can just uncheck this auto zoom and it won't do it. So alright, here is the point number 3, and for point number 4 on let me show you that if I use this button now when the point number 4 is selected, or if I double click on the point number 4, it's gonna zoom to point number 4 on both windows. You see, in the QGIS window there's not point number 4, but program predicts where the point is gonna occur, so it makes a zoom in this area. So now I got a add button clicked, so I'm in point number 4, and let me see. Alright, let's add few more points in some good areas. Yeah, here I can highlight points with this button so they're visible better. Alright, let's say that we'll put another point here. Alright, and the last point maybe, let's say here. The errors are pretty big, as you can see, because our raster, our source raster, I mean this image that we got here, is just a photo. It's not a map. It's a photo of some Krakow plan. It's more artistic than spatial, than GIS. So that's the reason why these errors are pretty big. One word about error more. It's here you can see the errors for certain points, dx, dy, and dxy. But here you can see like overall error for the whole transformation. Let's pick one last point. For example, I think here is gonna be a good place. Yeah, let's say it's somewhere here. Okay. If you want to delete some point, for example, point number 2, because you see we got 2 and 4 like very close to each other. So let's say that we want to delete point number 2. We select the whole row, the whole row with point number 2, and then click delete. You see, and the point has been deleted. But if you don't want to delete the point, but you want to like dismiss the point from transformation, you can click here. You see on the accept column, if you click here, it changes value from yes to no, and that means that the point doesn't take part in transformation. You can see it changes mean error and the error of other points if you dismiss it or accept it. But let's say we don't dismiss it. Let's say we want to keep it. Now let's say we want to edit some point because we think we didn't click it in the right place. We can do it better. Let's say we want to change set point number 4 in other place. In that purpose, we're going to use edit button. If we click edit, it's also going to stay clicked, and when it's clicked and the number point 4 is selected, then when we click in the map view, we're gonna change the place of our point number 4, change its coordinates, by clicking. If you want to type points coordinates, you can pick point number 4 and click this icon, type points coordinates. You can see, and we got this window here. You can type the points coordinates rather than picking it by mouse clicking from canvases. So yeah, you see, but I don't want to change it, so I click cancel. Next thing is we can save our points. If we keep the default catalog and default name, and we save it in with a default name, let's save it. All right, now I exit the window, so I'm not anymore in my plugin, but I save the points in default with a default name in default catalog. Now when you see here are my points file. When I load the raster file, the same situation, and is GDAL Georeferencer. The points appear with my file. If I save it in some other catalog or change the name, I can use this icon to read my points. And what's more, what's another important thing about the plugin? Let me think. I think that's quite all. So when we're done, we got a good number of our points. We like the points. We think that it's unnecessary to set more points or change them and more. So we can choose which one transformation method we want to use. On the note, the one note is that spline method doesn't support calculation of the errors, so you won't get the errors in my plugin. If you want, you can use the same. If you want to see those errors for spline, you can use this loaded points. You can use this loaded points and read them into GDAL Georeferencer. But let's say that we use the polynomial 2, the resampling method, let's say it's nearest, and compression method, let's say it's none. And if we're done, oh, I got not enough points for this method. I need to add one more, so let's pick this one, and it's gonna be here. All right, now we got enough points. The errors have been computed, so we go further, georeference it. Here we got like a briefly summary of our rectification process. I'd like also to create a PDF report. Here on the button is our GDAL script that we can run from a terminal if we want, if somebody wants to, but it's not necessary, of course. And we just click OK, set a path for our output file, and click Save. And that's all. Calculations are done. I can quit my plugin now, and can take a look at my output file, how it fits the background. Well, it's pretty fine, you know. That kind of image can be rectified to accurate, so it works. And I think that's all. I hope you're gonna like the plugin, and I hope you're gonna use it. You know, you can give a comment, leave a comment if you like to change something in this plugin, or you get some good ideas how it could be improved. But anyway, once again, I encourage you to download it and check it out how it works. So have a nice day to everybody. See you, and take care.